Morning everybody, or hello, depending on what time you're watching this. So what have we been up to? Well, I've just finished loading the lorry. I didn't do a montage because the lorry turned up at 7 o'clock this morning. Now, I don't like moaning because I used to be, well, I still do a bit of lorry driving. I used to do quite a bit of lorry driving, so I know what it's like. You know, you get sent somewhere, you've got no control of ringing, booking times and so forth. But even so, they rocked up, they did not call me. So 7 o'clock this morning, a lorry rocked up, completely in the wrong place. Trying to get hold of it, I wanted to see what he wanted, what he's loaded for. It was hard. So anyway, I managed to get him loaded in the end. Dragged myself out of the house. Not that I was being awkward. Made him wait a little bit. So anyway, just got him loaded. So that's job number one done. Farmer Clive is here. No fear, Farmer Clive's here. So that's some expanding foam. He's on the way to... Yeah, he's left that on, so that's now stuck. He's on the way to somewhere to go and pick up the bearing to put on the frail, so we can get cutting around some fields. All right, Dad. Anyway, more from Farmer Clive later. So that's what he's doing. I'm on the way. That's what he's looking for. So I'm on the way back home now to go and sample some wheat to go and get that tested again. I'm actually going to do that today because it's time. I need to get rid of some wheat out of that shed. So anyway, that is what we're going to do now. Then we're going to put a bearing on, then we're going to go frame it. That is the outside plan anyway. Anyway, so let's get into it. Let's see what happens today. Well, that's the plan. As you know, plans don't go to... My plans never go the way they should anyway. So anyway, see you later, Farmer Clive. Oh, he's got the can off. It's not see you later. Look at that. Well done.
Magic stuff.
It's not really, because there's no expanding foam in there. Let's change to see if that works.
Fill a gap.
So I now have my samples done. They're all in the bag. Ta-da! All ready to take to the grain merchant tomorrow. Mr. Paul Toseland Grain. Phoebe in particular, she's the best grain merchant in the world. I got moaned out. No, I didn't get moaned out, I'm joking. I've managed to lose their sample bags. But don't tell her. I think I've got away with it. I don't think they're going to notice. But these are not Paul Toseland grain bags. I don't know where they've gone. But anyway, so sorry about that. It's easier to say it over this than what it is in person because you'll shout at me. Anyway, so I'm going to take them tomorrow to get tested to see if this stuff is going to make bread. It should make bread. Fingers crossed it does. If the proteins are good. It looks fairly clean and bold, which is what we want to see. Fairly big grains. So I'm happy with that. So that is one job jobbed. Now on to Dad's got the bearing. So we're going to have a look at that bearing debacle that happened. So the frail bearing debacle. So we waited over a week now for this to come in. It had to be specially made because they don't stock them on the shelf. So here it is. So let's have a look. Well, let's have a look at the frail for a start. This is what I'm on about, the flange that's been put on here. Now this is not on our old frame, old frail, because we nicked a bearing off that and it wouldn't fit on. So this is the bearing that's the equivalent, exactly the same size. And actually this is the bearing here. This is the bearing that goes on the shaft. Then this is the casing where it sits. So this is the casing we got. We thought it was the same. And as we put the casing on, it doesn't sit square because that flange is in the way. So I have the old casing here that was on it. You can see at the back here, it's cut out there and there. Unlike this one, hasn't. So that is why it's not fitting. So we just put the old one on. See? Fits square on. It would be a bit jiggery pokery. That way it goes, like that. You can see that fits on flush. So we waited a week for this to be in because they couldn't keep them on the shelf. They had to be made and shipped over. This is freshly made. I don't know where it come from. It doesn't say on it, but anyway. So we're going to slip this on now and hopefully get some frailing done. What a nightmare this has been. Absolute nightmare. All right, let's get it done. Bum, ba, bum. The bearing is on. I managed to cut myself halfway through that. So I did try and GoPro that, but the GoPro ran out once again, a battery, I didn't realise. So you just got a little bit of me just getting the shaft. It didn't take too long to put on actually. It took more time to get, because the shaft was slightly, I think it's swelled a little bit, so I had to take a bit off. Using emery paper, which is basically sandpaper, There's some on the floor here. And then the bearing slipped on. It's now done. So fingers crossed, that is that finished. Hopefully don't do another bearing. Put some grease in it and we're away. We're going to do some cutting. Farmer Clive is mucking about with the roller table. The potato stuff. It's got to be done. We're going to start lifting soon. So this is the roller table. This is where we pick off. So the potatoes roll on the table and they roll over so you can see the good ones and the bad ones. And this is where normally Farmer Clive stands. So he's top grader. So we just need to make it go a little bit faster because when we put them in the shed, we need them to go faster than what we're doing when we're bagging. So it's going to alter a cog on that. And also it started raining. So, lovely. Anyway, I will go and have a go with the mower to see if it's going to work. Fingers crossed. What a great purchase. So the luck with me and Frowls continues. Literally done a wrench and this bearing's gone. And we've spent a couple of hours getting this off. So this sits on the end of the shaft that then the pulley sits on, and when you wind the screws in, clamps it together on the shaft. Would that move? Nope, because somebody has had a bearing go before, cut it with an angle grinder, and there's a burr there. So that would not shift off. So instead of me decided to order those bearings, it took a week to get in, I nearly ordered two, and they said, oh no, the other one's different. I thought the other one was different, but it's not, it's the same. So now we've got another week waiting for a bearing to come in. Oh, seriously. I'm a little bit annoyed at myself. I didn't order two at the time. Very annoyed. Very, very annoyed. Unless I pay the extra carriage, which is more than what the bearing's worth, to get it here tomorrow. Or 2 days' time, anyway. So we're now going to have to take the angle grinder to this again, cut that off, and just repeat the process what we've done the other side. Love farming. So we got it off. I don't know if this is still a tiny bit warm, but can you remember you saw this bit on the shaft? That fits on there. We just managed to get that off. You can see, got the sun. Oops, so you can see a bit more of, yeah. That wasn't easy to get off. You see, we had to melt it with the gas bowls to get that off. That was an absolute pain to get off, but we got it off. Ordered a new bearing, should be here in 3 to 7 working days. So that's the mower put back. Great stuff. Anyway, they're going to ring us in the morning, see if I can get it a bit quicker. Fingers crossed. So anyway, that is it for today. Another day I wish I hadn't got a bed, really. I think I accomplished more if I stayed inside. Never mind. You have days like that. Farmer Clive's have enough like that. I don't know why he's trying to wipe his hands on a bit. There's low in the rack there. Never mind. I hope you're...
It's got rubber, it just takes the grease off.
Top tip, Farmer Clive, find yourself some polystyrene to wipe your hands.
It's not polystyrene, it's like plastic padding, isn't it?
Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that episode. Another strange one, but if you did, can you please tell your friends and family, like and subscribe. Farmer Clive's actually here want to say goodbye, so see you later, Farmer Clive.
See you later, Farmer Clive.
And see you later from me.